Hello Artsy Peeps! This is Ian DJ, Raven Fox 13. For today's video, we'll be doing a fun swatching and first impression and review of the Be Happy Craft and DIY Supply watercolor pad. This is 20 sheets, 300 GSM. It's said that it's ideal for wet painting techniques such as watercolor, oil painting, tempera, and acrylic. It is 8.27 inches by 11.7 inches or 21 cm by 29.7 cm. 300 grams per square meter. So it's a very thick paper. Here, you'll see that it has a textured side and a smooth side. We'll try both sides later. And then we'll also do a swatching of the Be Happy 90 color solid watercolor set. So it has 50 basic colors, 36 glittery colors, 4 neon colors, and 1 water brush pen. So all of these materials are from BeHappyPH.com. So you can check it out on the link below. So this set has 90 colors of different types of watercolor. It has this lid, a plastic-like lid like this that separates both. So it has too many colors here. More than often, I usually work with a smaller set of colors, but of course, it's always fun to experiment with colors with all of these selection. So you have yung neons here, you have the glittery colors that they say, and then the basic ones over here. So we'll be swatching most of these colors on this paper. So this would take a short while. The only thing that I would like sana on a set like this is that they have a paper, swatching paper, so that you know the colors or the names of the colors. So with this, you'll only guess. Always remember that if you're using watercolors, it's best to swatch them all first so that you'll know the colors that you're using. So I'll be swatching them in this manner. We'll start from this part so that we'll see the colors. So make sure you have at least 2 watercolor water tumbler here. So one to clean the brush, and then the other one to get a clean water. And then I'm using a paper towel to dry my brush with excess paint. And of course, I also have, so we'll just do it from this side going there. Since this doesn't have yung names, I'll just do it the same way that you see it on the pad. So this is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So 10 by 5 and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 8 by 5. So 10 by 5 and 8 by 5 here. So let's try to do it. We'll start with this side going there. So just whenever you're using paint like this, you just want to let the water get in the half pan here before you put it on the paper. Oh, that's a very bright color. Over there. So clean your brush. And then clean water. Check whether it would blend nicely like that. Next color here. I'm using a Mia brush to swatch because it's easier. 1 and 2. Oh, these are colors that I like. These are like a light blue tint. one. beautiful red. This one. This looks like a vermilion. Oh, this is a beautiful orange. It's a nice orange. This one, I love this chrome orange, chrome yellow. This set was sent to me by Be Happy PH for me to try. But of course, if you watch my video, even if these are just materials that are sent to me, I usually try my best to be very fair with how I discuss when I like or don't like a certain product. At the moment, the colors are very good, very bright, and the paper, I think, is handling the watercolor very well. We'll still try the white on this side. I don't usually use white on watercolor. Now, let's do the second line. This blue. Oh, that's one thing that I would probably like if only these has names so that you can remember the names. Beautiful blue. This one. One thing that I like about watercolors that has like 10 to 12 colors beginner set is that you don't get confused with the colors that you're using. With a set that like this, kasi what happens is sometimes you can't choose the colors right away. Of course, you need to use your watercolor as often as possible for you to memorize most of the colors. That's why a chart like this is very useful. This one looks a darker version of the teal there. Let's check. Always remember that watercolor looks different when they are in the dry form, and when you wet it, it usually gets darker or brighter, and then when it dries again on paper, the color tends to be different. Like example, this one, you'll never know what this color is until you wet it and then you put it on paper. See, it's a beautiful green. You wouldn't have known if you didn't try it. That's why I want you to just at least swatch all of the materials that you have at home. This one is a very dark color too. Let's see what color this is. Oh, it's another dark green. The other one looks dark na sap. This one is a dark na forest green. Next. Of course, all of the colors and the names of the colors that I'm saying, it's not an official one. It's just how I look at these colors objectively. Ah, this feels like a viridian color. That bright green. Okay, next. Swatching actually is a relaxing process. Makes you feel relaxed. So if you want to relax, you swatch your watercolors. Of course, you swatch them in watercolor paper. This one over here. Oh, a bright parang grassy color, green. Third row. This looks like a beautiful purple. Let's see. Yes, it's a beautiful purple. If you have any questions with regards to the materials or if you have any other requests, just put it on the comment section down below. I'll try to make the video requests as soon as possible. Of course, some requests I don't do it right away because of my recent schedule. Thank you for watching, subscribing, and following my channel. I really appreciate it. Thank you so much. There you go. This is a red violet. This one is probably a magenta. Yes. Magenta is one of my favorite color. This one is these are some of my go-to purples. Lastly, on the basic watercolor part, an ochre. Oh, this is a nice ochre. Beautiful. So that is the 50 colors from this upper side. So we'll be doing the shiny side naman. So let me get my black colored paper. Let's start with this one. Glittery watercolors or pearlescent usually needs a little bit of time to reactivate in comparison with regular watercolors. So keep that in mind. So this is 8. So we'll start from this side going downward. Yeah. So from this side, that's a beautiful copper. Nice. And then I'll also do the same thing here so that you'll see if it's opaque enough to be seen on dark paper. I'm just using a regular black paper pad. This is from Berkeley. Okay. Next color is this one. Again, we don't have the name, so if the color is reminiscent of another name, I'll tell it. If not, I'll just describe it subjectively. Beautiful gold. This one. When you start watercolors, you can actually spray everything to start. It's up to you. But for swatching, this method is actually good. This is a bright yellow color. Let's check. This is beginner watercolor by Be Happy Crafts. If it's your first time using a watercolor, this would be a good set. You can also probably use this set as a gift. Of course, somebody would always love to have watercolors with so many colors like this. It's amazing when this holiday season, if you plan to give art materials to your friends, just make sure what kind of medium do they like. One. Okay, some of the colors here, especially this one. This one is not as as opaque as the others. The first two are opaque, which I like. I actually like opaque pearlescent watercolors. You've probably seen me using those kinds of watercolors. I love them in creating accents. There you go. I have a workshop this coming November. I'll also put the link down below if you want to join. There you go. It's grayish silver. This one, let's see. It looks like parang creamy white, parang pearl on this side. Oh, it's just white. So this is again the reason why I like you to swatch them. Especially if it's a pearlescent watercolor like this, or glittery watercolor. Swatch them in what? See? It's a beautiful color in black. It has that sheen of yellowish gold. This one doesn't look good in white, but beautiful on dark colored paper. Those are the things that you wouldn't know if you don't swatch your watercolor. So I highly encourage you to swatch them. If you have time to buy things, also have time to try them at least. It's very transparent with a greenish tone. Like this one. This looks very yellowish on white, but a very transparent color on black. So let's try this one. This is probably white. White on white. Almost nothing happened. But on this area, oh, of course, it's transparent. So that's the first line. Second line, this purple. This purple looks good. Let's see what happens. Always remember, if you're using watercolors, swatch. It looks different when it's dry. It's a beautiful purple, but a little bit transparent. Usually, metallic watercolors are used for accents, but you can also create beautiful artworks using them on a darker paper. See? That purple looks perfect on black. This one reminds me of one of my favorite pearlescent watercolor. Let's see if it's that color. This is like a reddish purple. Let's see. So some watercolors, especially if they're parang glitter or see, this is one of my favorite colors. It has a color shift. So it has a reddish color on white and a bluish color bias on black. So there are watercolors like that. You wouldn't know until you try. So I highly suggest you try it. This one. Transparent. So the glittery watercolor so far are a mixture of opaque and transparent colors. So you can also use them as a glaze layer to add a little bit of sparkle to your works. Okay, over here, this is a little reddish in the first one. Again, these watercolors, especially, or most of the metallic watercolors that you may come across, activates differently than regular watercolors. You need to let your paintbrush play a little bit with water on top before using them, just to make sure. So you see the shift of color when it's used in black and white paper. if you have metallic watercolors, I suggest you to swatch them in different papers. Different paper creates different results. I just wish this has names to it. Of course, there's a small water brush in this set. But for swatching, I am used to using a regular brush, and it's okay. Make sure you let all of the colors dry before you store it again, because you don't want the colors to run through each other. This is parang light pink. Over here and there. Over here. Nice. Third row. This is a very dark color. Let's see. Dark. Let's see if we can see a dark color on black. It looks like a sheen of black. Okay, this one is a bluish color tone. Over here and here also. Some of the glittery watercolors here gives a sheen, but most of them are transparent. So we have a bluish green, and another one here. Okay, next is lighter blue-green, like a mint color. Yeah, very minty, similar to the brush that I have. Also transparent. Let's try to add a little bit of water to that one and see what will happen if we make it a little more opaque. It's relatively a transparent, semi-opaque color. This is a green. So these are 90 colors. Again, 50 basic colors. And then you have... We're now on the glittery set. This is more green. Again, I'm using the Be Happy Crafts watercolor paper here and the Berkeley black paper below. This one reminds me of a beetle color. Nice. Over here, this color looks better on black. I like this hint of yellow green. And this one, okay, over here, and this one. Okay, so we're down to the last two lines. This feels like something similar to interference colors. So similar to what happened here, they changed color. I think we'll try to check whether my hunch is true. So fourth line, these are the deeper metallic colors. Yeah. I like this one. This one also. This one reminds me of a color I can't remember. This looks similar. I think it's just a little smaller than your regular half pans, but relatively very similar to a regular half pan. Okay. This color is also good. Okay, this one has greenish tone, deep green. See? Very transparent. Let's add a little bit here of water. Nice color. I like that color. Deep green. Now this blue. Again, on the dark paper. And this one, let's see what these four will do. I'm very interested with these. White. Oh, it has a greenish undertone. See? These are parang interference colors. These one naman, these look relatively like light white silvery color. Usually colors like these are iridescent. They change colors on different paper. See? That's a pearl like color from white. Let's see what happens when we put this on black. Beautiful. This is something that I like. I really like this color on black. Similar to ultramarine. Beautiful. This one. Oh, beautiful purple. See? It's white on white, but purplish on black. More reasons why you need to swatch your watercolors, or else you'll never know these things. Feel free to like and subscribe to my channel. Thank you for watching. This is Ian DJ Raven Fox 13. We're almost done. Let's see the last one. What's the undertone for this one? Oh, reddish. So the four that are white on the white watercolor paper is actually green, bluish, purplish, and reddish when you put it on the dark paper. Now let's try the fluorescent colors. The neons have a beautiful bright pink. This reminds me of highlighters. Okay. Now the neon orange. Yeah, very reminiscent of the highlighter colors. And the green, neon green. The neon colors are not seen as much, very transparent on black, but very neon on the white paper. So when you do swatching, like this seems like a bright yellow color. This is like brown, but sparkly brown. Nice. Again, all of these are available on behappyph.com. You can also check their Lazada and Shopee account or go directly to their shop to check this watercolor and watercolor pad. A nice gift that you can give someone for Christmas. This is relatively a good set to start with. It's even more than what you need with all of these colors. There you go. Okay, so let's just let this dry a little, and then let's compare. Okay, so the metallic and special colors here are relatively, and when they dry, they tend to pop up more than the page. See that? The metallics actually look better on black than with white paper. You can still see a little bit of sheen on the white paper, but they look totally better on the black paper. So I just cut the paper into a smaller part. I'll be using the back portion here, which is smoother, because I like usually painting on a smoother surface. Some people like to paint on the other side. Other people prefer to paint on a smoother side. It's okay. So let's just paint a quick one today. I'll be sketching with a ball pen for this. So let's try to color the sketch using these watercolors, and let's see how they work. Of course, I'll be using this as a guide. I'll be using this color. And where's the other one? This one. Orangish. Okay. So that's it for this demo. I tried my best to push the limits of the paper. So after several colors of washing, I tried using the light bright colors and then the darker colors. I tried the spraying technique to check whether the paper would do it. I haven't taped the paper so that I'll just check whatever happens when we do it without taping it. Of course, a better result will be gained if you tape the paper and then allowed it to dry right after. So these are just using roughly around 5 to 6 colors from this set. So right after this dry, you can add a little bit of glittery parts here and there. The paper actually withstand most of my wet on wet techniques, and I actually like it for that. It produced very dark colors, very bright and vibrant gradients. This paint is highly recommended for beginners. It's a student grade watercolor, good for artists and crafters, and those who want to try watercolor for the first time. The paper we used here, again, is the Be Happy Crafts watercolor paper. I used the smoother side of the paper because I like the texture of that one better. So thank you for watching this first impression and review video. I just hope that you enjoyed tuning in to this episode of my YouTube channel. Thank you so much. This is Ian DJ, RavenFox13. If you have any comments, suggestions, or more information needed, I'll put it on the link down below, and you can always put those questions below. So see you again soon. Ian DJ, RavenFox13 here. Ciao!